I know after last week's video with me talking about the Flyers, I really went on a tangent and a rant the entire time talking about how piss poor poverty the franchise is. I mean, it is. But this week, I'm not going to rant that much. I mean, there's really nothing to really rant about. If anything, I'm just going to go on and praise Torts in a couple of minutes, but we'll get there in a moment. However, I want to talk about this. I'm actually kind of happy with the way the Flyers played this week, which is a little ironic because they went 1-2-1. You're thinking, okay, they lost 3 games. Why are you happy? Well, simply because I don't expect them to win these games from basically a lot of the stretch, especially the stretch from considering last Saturday when they played the Devils. They played the Devils last Saturday. They played the Avalanche on Monday, which they won, by the way, against the reigning Cup champs. Now, that was basically the Colorado Eagles out there. But a win's a win, okay? You take them when you get them. Wednesday, they had a game against the Capitals. They very competitive. We'll talk about the Ovi and Konechny incident in a second. And Friday night, last night, when I'm recording this, they lost in overtime to Vegas. There's a pattern with how they went with this week, and that was they lost competitively. That's all I'm asking for, to be honest. I don't expect them to be good at all. Personally, I know this is kind of counterintuitive. I don't necessarily want them to do that good because they need prospects and everything else. But at least they put on a good showing where they make the games competitive and they're tough motherfuckers to play against. And they were simply tough as shit to play against. And that is all because of one man and one man only. The John Tortorella. He's got these boys being some scrappy sons of bitches. I will tell you, this team last year, absolutely Charmin Ultra Soft. Absolutely soft as shit. I mean, they were abysmal. No toughness, no nothing. This year, I know I like to shit on Delorier a lot. I really do. But he does help in a sense where he brings that physicality and toughness where he will go any moment at any time. He will fight and do whatever any moment. And that is a great thing for the Flyers. Yes, he's not very skilled. I mean, okay, that's wrong. He's in the NHL. He's obviously fairly skilled, but, like, he's not a high-level player who's going to put up many points. No, he knows his role. He's there to fight. And McEwen's basically the same thing, just a little bit of slight better upgraded version of Delorier. He just doesn't fight as much. But McEwen's also kind of a goon as well. And he was the only one that did that shit last year, and he's continuing that, and I think he's doing pretty solid this year. But they're very hard to play against, and that's all I can ask for. And how about John Tortorella, the role he is going on with these press conferences? I mean, just look at this compilation of press conferences I have Torts going on a roll here with. Just look at this.
I'll leave that alone.
Are you happy with the effort tonight?
Yes. You're asking me dumb questions, guys. Really dumb questions. Gee.
Torts, you guys give up the first goal. Just thoughts on your team's start here so far in the first 15-plus minutes.
We suck. We haven't forechecked. We haven't done anything as of right now.
What do you want to see differently?
Forecheck.
Thank you.
Okay.
When you're in a situation where you don't have a whole bunch of respect in this league, you got to eat that. Don't complain about it. You got to eat it. That's part of growing. Just remember some of the things that's happened to you and happened to your team during games. And I already have a checklist of remembering as far as what's gone on this year, how certain situations have been handled. So no complaining, no whining, no excuse making, no hoping. Just remember, go out and play hard and remember some of the things that have happened. And we'll get about it then.
Torts has done great things for this Flyers team. I mean, he's been so big for this team this year. Our record right now is 9-13-6. You take Torts away, actually, Torts and Hart away, you're winning only 3 games at this point. I would say take Torts away, we might have 5 wins. 6 wins at most. Because of Torts, he's got them playing by structure, which we did not have last year. He's got them kind of... Remember last year with all the locker room reports that it was kind of just like a... What they call it? I forget what exactly they called it. It was something along the lines. I forget what exactly they called it, but they were just doing whatever the fuck they wanted. There was no structure, no discipline, no nothing. They were doing whatever they wanted. Torts has brought structure into this team. That's why they're playing competitive games. They weren't really doing this last year. They're playing more competitive games while still losing. Yes, they're still losing. Am I happy about that? Yes and no, because obviously we need prospects and everything else. But Torts has got them playing hard, and they are so hard to play against. Like, for example, Vegas. There's one of the best teams in the league this year, and they struggled to beat the Flyers, and they went to overtime and won. But as long as you make the games hard to play against, you make the Flyers hard to play against with the lack of great talent on the team. He's done such a phenomenal job coaching this team with structure, and he's done really, really good things. And this one clip right here I'm about to display, I love what he says here.
You just get stuck in the mud if you continue to put Band-Aids on and gimmicks to get people in the building and whatever it is you're trying to get. You get people in the building and you get it right by winning. And the only way you can win is building it the proper way. And
right here in this clip, he's calling out management, the higher ups within the Flyers organization, for trying to put Band-Aids on such a shitty team and poorly built team where it's not putting people in the seats. Obviously, you go watch a Flyers game, it's not packed. I went to a Flyers game last year. It was not that packed. There was a lot of empty seats all around me. I was on the lower level. I was 10 rows maybe off the boards. It was pretty empty in that arena. It was like maybe 70% full, maybe 80. I think that's pushing it a little bit. I would say more so around the range of 75. And he's bringing up such a great point. Chuck is just trying to put Band-Aids on the team. Okay, maybe this will make us not be as bad, but it's not going to fix the job. Basically, he's calling out GM, President of Hockey Ops, Dave Scott, and ownership, saying we need to kind of rebuild. Basically what he's saying, need to build it right, meaning rebuild and get these prospects built up. And I feel like Torts would do such a great job with, maturing some of these young prospects and becoming great players. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do next year when Cutter Gauthier is on the team. I am very, very curious. And Cutter's tearing it up in college right now. I am very, very optimistic that Torts is going to be great for his development, and Cutter might become a stud. And I'm really excited for that. And I want to see Torts just, build up and really flourish and make something out of a lot of these players, because we do not have much prospects or high-end prospects, and I think Torts will do a great job maybe once we get some, and I think he'll do a phenomenal thing. And also, I love how he says he's currently in the evaluating stage of who he wants on his team, because he doesn't want no soft-ass pansies or someone that doesn't listen to him, someone that doesn't fit the structure of the team on playing on his team. So you might see some big trades coming here at this deadline simply because Torts doesn't want them around, because they don't fit, they don't listen, they don't play within the structure, and if they ain't cut out for that, they're gone. He's literally said this numerous times, and he wants to make sure he wants players playing hard for him, and I love that. I am so happy. This is the one good thing Chuck Fletcher's done, was hiring John Tortorella. It was the best thing for this franchise, and I'm really happy that we can do it, and I really think he'll be helping us a long way. Once we rebuild, it's coming. Let's be real, it's coming. There's nothing much Chucky can do about it. It's bound to happen. Even if he doesn't try, it's going to happen. Just fucking embrace the tank, Chuck. Embrace it. One last thing I want to talk about is during the Capitals game, Ovi got 2 goals. He got an empty netter late, and Travis Konechny threw a pissy fit. Alright, I'm going to be honest about this. I am not sure he's showing passion. I'm happy about that. But, what the fuck was that about? Ovi scores an empty netter. Why? Why are you getting so mad? Maybe, just maybe, if you guys played a little better, maybe you wouldn't be in a position where, you're losing and they're going to score 2 empty netters on you. Yeah, don't be down 2 goals or whatever don't be down 1 late in the game. Actually, score. Because no one scores on this team. Nobody scores. I mean, what? Only Konechny. I only see Konechny, Tippett, or Hayes, Farabee. They're the only 4 that's really scoring. I mean, no one else really does anything. Lawton doesn't score, but he's still playing good at least. But, no one else other than, them 4 really score at all, and they hardly score. You can look at the amount of goals they've had in their last couple games. I'm going to read them off here. We'll start from the New York Islanders game, November 29th. 3-1 win against the Islanders. The next game against Tampa Bay, they lose 4-1. This last Saturday when they played the Devils, they lost 3-2, only scored 2 goals. Now Colorado, they scored 5 goals. That's the most they're going to score in this period. Washington on Wednesday night, they lost 4-1. They only scored 1 goal. And against Vegas, they only scored 1 goal in an overtime loss, 2-1. Yeah, that's a problem. They're on average scoring almost 2 goals a game. That's kind of terrible. That's pretty bad. No one scores on this team, and that is a problem. And if you guys connect me, if you don't like the fact that Ovi got an empty netter on him, hey, he's getting closer to 800. I hope, honestly, I want Ovi to get that record. If he could have scored 5 goals that game, I would have fucking loved it, to be honest. I wouldn't have cared. But if you don't want to have him have the opportunity to score 2 empty netters, then fucking do something about it and score, make plays. Don't just sit there and be like, I don't know what the fuck his problem was, but don't let them get that opportunity to score that empty netter, you dumb fuck. Jeez. So for this upcoming week here for the Flyers, tonight they will play the Arizona Coyotes at 7 o'clock in the Mullet Arena. That's going to be an interesting game. Did you guys see that fight with Arizona fans and the Boston fans during the Bruins-Coyotes game? That shit was awesome. I love that. I love that. I mean, the poor Gronk girl. The girl in the Gronk jersey got her shit rocked. I mean, that poor old lady. Not old lady. She was like maybe in her 20s, 30s, but you get the memo. And Tuesday, they yet again play Colorado at 9 o'clock. Thursday, they will play the Devils at 7. And Saturday night, they will be playing the New York Rangers in Philly after they finish their road trip. That was a game I was potentially going to go to. I still may potentially go to not this upcoming Tuesday, obviously because they're in Colorado, but the Blue Jackets Flyers game I may be going to. I may be going to that game. I'm still waiting to hear if I can or if I can't. I still actually might. I might just say fuck it and go anyway. That is true. I am still very much thinking about it. I want to go to a Flyers game. I actually have something. I'm going to pull some fucking tricks out my ass at the game. So I'm not gonna say what I plan on doing when I'm at the game, but if I can, that would be fucking funny as fuck. But I'm trying to go to that game. If not, then it is what it is. I actually might also go to a Devils game. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not during this winter break, but eventually at some point I might go to a Devils game because I didn't realize I'm actually not that far from the Devils. I'm like under 2 hours. It's actually closer for me to go to the Prudential Center in Newark than it is to go to Philly to go watch the Flyers. It is closer. Doesn't mean I want to. I'm like 2.5 hours away from Philly. I'm like hour 55 from Newark. So, but I still plan on going to Philly. Honestly, I'm a Flyers fan. I am not a Devils fan. If I were to be going to a Devils game, they wouldn't be playing the Flyers. So it'd probably be some other team. Like if I want to see them, and also they're expensive. So they're also expensive. So maybe spring break. Maybe spring break I go and do something like that. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully, I don't have to go on a big old spiel rant next week. Hopefully not. We'll see. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in for the next one.